Yeah, hi all. So it's December 2022, sub-zero temperatures, and what better way to spend a couple of hours with my day off on the Subaru. So the situation was, I had a click noise coming from the rear of the car. So as I pulled away and stopped, pulled away, get a clicking noise. The internet and all the forums, etc., everyone in the universe pointed towards rear shock absorbers. So what I did is I put in these brand new Teen Enduro Pros about a month ago. It's on my prior video. Replaced the original STi units that came on the car, swapped over the springs, etc., etc., put new top mounts in, drove the car, exactly the same click, literally exactly the same. So obviously it wasn't the rear shock absorbers in the end. Looked into it further, and actually I believe it's this. So I put these on roughly 2 months ago, that sort of time, you know, about a month before the problem sort of started, that kind of thing. And I can see here that it's actually rubbing away just in the corner there. So the piece of metal here been rubbing away slightly on the gold there. So as it obviously loads up and you pull away and all that sort of stuff, it's just been grazing and clicking on the edge of this. So I believe this is the fault. I believe it's this. The car, when I got it, so prior to these gold ones, had on there single dog bone ones on there. When I looked on the forum, talked to Subaru World, etc., it turned out, it appeared that those were the incorrect type. Those are front ones and should have these ones on. Who knows? The company who made this roll bar has gone bust, so I'm kind of left with, I was left with what, basically buying these ones here. So I bought these ones here, fitted them, but yeah, it looks like they're grazing on there, which I believe is the fault. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them off in a minute and add an additional washer in between here and here, just that spaces it out ever so slightly, and then see if the click goes away, which I think it will do, because I can see it's clearly clipping there. That's that part. Whilst I'm also in that section now, I thought, you know what, we'll replace these original mounts as well with these ones here. I wanted these for ages. They're normally really expensive, but I found a lucky on eBay that found a really good brand new lucky deal on them. I think they may have maybe like mispriced them, for example, but they're top notch. These are 24mm for my roll bar. They make different sizes. These are meant to be some sort of like self-lubricating on here. So what you do is you put a bit of sort of the assembly, I don't know if it's grease, but it's some sort of tiny little packet of assembly fluid in there. It has like sort of like ridges and swirl marks on the inside of the seal there to sort of stop crap getting in, and presumably that assembly sort of lubricant or whatever it is getting out. But I believe there's some sort of self-lubricating device, I think I read on the WhiteLine website. But anyway, they look absolutely top notch, and those look dog shit, so I'm gonna put those in. I did notice as well that this part here covers the fuel filler to the tank, I believe, I'm pretty sure, could be in the way, plus also the rear tow hook here as well could be in the way as well. So obviously I'll look at those two aspects there when I come to bolt this side on. The other side I think looked good and clean, bolt straight up. We'll see when I get in there. But yeah, first job is just to loosen these off here, and then I can get this thing here off as well. Right, let's go for it. Right, so a quick look at the product. So yeah, original ones here with my upgraded 24mm bushings. Obviously the new ones. The left-hand side came off very, very easily. No drama at all. Lots of clearance. I then cleaned up the area where where the new one's gonna mount on here, because there was some under seal, obviously overspray under seal. Make sure it's nice and flat where it's gonna mount. So that's up there. So that was fine. That's my anti-roll bar there. So that one there'll be no drama at all getting this side in. There's lots of clearance, etc. This side here, yeah, like I mentioned, you've got all the other aspects up there, so I'll do that side in a second. But yeah, I'm gonna get this on now and then put it in place loosely. And the idea is once the car's back on the wheels, then you tighten it all up once it's down into its normal driving position. Key thing is this rib here. That part there must face forwards towards the front of the car. I have seen someone on the internet who had it facing backwards, so I'll try and find that post at some point and send a message to them. Yeah, that has to face forwards on the car, like that. Cool, right, let's put it on. Right, and a few observations. So as you can see, it's all on. I'm going to basically put the wheel on in a second, and then I can put it on the ground, and then I can then tighten up all these components, including this, whilst it's level and it's on its ground, so it's under the right tension. That's the plan. And also the instructions say something along those lines. So observations for me is this side here was fine. A tiny bit fiddly, literally, to get your finger in the edge to get the bolt started. Once it's in, then you can basically push this out of the way and then tighten up. So no drama at all really doing that side there. That side there, very, very easy. I've used a longer bolt because with the thickness of the bracket and stuff like that, I do feel you want a longer bolt in there than the original one. so that's why I've got that on there. And I've also used the thicker washers they provide, which are there as well. Again, these will both in place loose. I've cleaned off all the grease and stuff around here, just got the lubrication just inside the seal. This part here, which was what I believe is causing my little click, which you can see by the little scrape mark on there, I've added an additional thick washer in here, plus used some of the lubricant that came with the roll bar. So that, again, that's sort of semi-tight at the moment. I'll tighten up in a second. So yeah, honestly, no drama at all fitting those. Flip round to the other side. This side is obviously even easy. This side here is the easiest side to fit. Again, same thing on there, put an additional washer in there, so it's all the same. Again, it's all loose underneath here. Now, observations for me, now these brackets here are sided. The strengthening rib has to be facing forward, like I just mentioned a second ago, so there is a strengthening rib on this side here facing the front of the car. The bracket's only obviously going one way, and I just think this is a bit weird. You know, if you look at this side here, it overhangs, so you get your finger on. So yes, most of the metal is against here, but that's how much it overhangs. Very, very odd. If you obviously flip the bracket round, this one here for example had the strengthening rib facing this way, then so let me try and focus that without my gloves on. Then of course these two bolts here are literally like here, they're miles out. And again, same if you use the bracket on the other side and put it on here, it's like this angle, it's just a weird angle, it's just the wrong angle. So this is the only way it goes on, it's this way here. It's just a bit weird the way it overhangs there. I mean, you know, unless it's like generically made, you know, for all Subarus, all Imprezas, and maybe yellow Imprezas have more metal here or something than my car does, but just a bit weird. So you still got most of it is here, but odd one. These are all good on this side here. So I'm also going to touch up the underseal in a second as well. So yeah, I'm going to jack the car down now. No, sorry, I'm going to touch up the underseal first of all. Then I'm going to jack the car. Then I'm going to take the car off the jack, and then I can tighten these up, and then job done. Nice one. But yeah, lovely looking product there. Lovely. And those are the two original brackets that came off. Yeah, so if you can see it, it's focusing. The camera's very slow today because it's literally freezing. But yeah, loving the product, loving the price that I paid for these, and happy days. Right, let's go for it. Right, and so that's done. Wheels torqued up, and all the components that they are torqued up from underneath. So on this car, I can get underneath the car really easily, and yeah, tighten it all up. So that's the part that I used, and like I mentioned earlier, this is a 24mm version for the 24mm thick rear sway bar, anti-roll bar. So they make 21, 22 and 24, I think. So that's that. So I'd say went on very easy. Only slight concern is that slight overhang on that side there. That side there, spot on. I like the components. I like the quality, feels really good. It's meant to increase, you know, response on the car as well, and meant to make it feel better as well as looking good. I did it basically for the fact that it looked good, and those looked a bit shit. So that's the reason I did it. But yeah, it's meant to actually give you performance gain as well. But yeah, next time you see my car, I'll have a different plate on as well, just FYI. And yes, great stuff. Thanks for watching. Nice one. Bye.